Hi, so on today's episode of Learn to Knit with Becky, we are going to do the knit stitch. So previously we learned how to do the cast on. I've just knit and purled a couple of rows just to give some space. This here, what you see is what's called knitting stockinette. You'll see that a lot, especially if you're just learning how to knit. You're probably like, what the heck does that mean? I literally had to Google it when I was just starting out how to knit, so I just figured I'd show you. So when you knit stockinette, it either means you're knitting in the round and you're just doing the knit stitch, or if you're knitting flat, which this is called knitting flat, it means there's a right side and a wrong side. So this here is the right side and it's all of your knit stitches. See how it just looks like your classic knit item? And then the back here is the wrong side and it's just kind of bumpy and wavy, right? So today we're just gonna do the knit stitch, and then in the next video, I'll show you how to do the purl stitch. But when you're practicing the knit stitch, which I hope after this video you continue just doing knitting on both the right side and the wrong side, it's gonna look more like this. So don't be alarmed when you start practicing if it's simply just bumpy looking. That's called the garter stitch, where it's just knit on both the right side and the wrong side. So let's get into it. So you've got your working yarn right here and you're gonna be holding it in your right hand along with your other needle if you don't drop it like I just did. This is gonna be your working yarn and your working needle. This is your piece. So what we're gonna do is you're going to stab into the front here like this. Okay, this is called the knit stitch. So you're just gonna go in here, it's gonna come through the back. I'll try and show you all angles. I like to hold my middle finger here for security, my index finger here for more security, and then my thumb here for more security, especially on that first stitch because it's always kind of loose. At least mine always are. You can just take your working yarn, and I'm going to try and do it nice and slow and loose. You're going to take this working yarn, you're going to wrap it around this needle, okay? Hold it secure, come through and pop it off. Okay, so you got that. Let's do it one more time. Stab in, there you go. Holding for security so your stitches don't just come flying off the tip of your needle. Wrap it around, pull it through and pop it off. Yeah, let's do it one more time. Stab it through, wrap around. I once heard someone say something fun, if you want to be able to remember it, which is stab it, strangle it, throw it off a cliff. You will probably never forget that now, so let's do it again. Stab it, strangle it, throw it off a cliff. All right, let's do it again. And we will just knit until the end of the row, okay? Go. Stab it, wrap it around, pull it through, and then pop it off the needle. Okay. Okay. Let's do a couple more, nice and slow. Poke it through, wrap around, pop it off. Poke it through, wrap around, pop it off. Stab it, strangle it, throw it off a cliff. There we go. I'll go a little bit faster. And you're probably wondering, oh, when you get to the end of the row, is there anything special you need to do? Nope, you just keep knitting until the end of the row. All right, last stitch. Find the last stitch is always a little harder to hold, especially in the beginning when you're learning. So just keep those fingers there for security so they don't go flying off your needle. Poke it, wrap it, and there we go. And that is the knit stitch. So thank you. Thank you for watching. And if you want to learn how to do the purl stitch, make sure you're subscribed and make sure you check that video out next.